Archetype interpretations with me, Sharon today. This particular episode is based on the depiction of Meghan Markel, the well-known personality, and I would really feel, why YouTube and social media has to highlight this particular individual so quite. In a manner which is more secretive, and there are so many hidden facts which is coming out now. So I tend to let it go because it's about the royal family, not to touch more about them. There are always controversy and gossips involved with royal families, but I think there is a certain distinction about her, and which is very surprising, with the facts which is coming out now on YouTube, and it really make a question in mind. Um, what's about her, and let's just analyze from an individual perspective. Um, for an interpreter, for any analyst, um, every individual is an individual and should be considered from the angle of humanistic perspective, and understanding that it's about their traits, their behaviors, what's hidden in them, and every individual leaves a case analysis. So we are analyzing a particular case called as Meghan Markle, her personality depiction through her stroke of writing, and just figure out her personality in deep. There's no defamation about her, nothing we are going to get personal about her. We are not even intending to put the client down, because for other social community she might look very negative and wrongly done to the royal family, or have a malintentions or mal views about it. But from a graphological point of view, it's always a depiction about a personality, and we will always form a fair base of analysis. Welcome back again. So today, all I have to say about Meghan Markle, the writing is very, very, very pretty. I'm like, it got this royal touch. Whatever she writes, it's so very articulative, and it looks like a sculpture. It looks for me like a monumental sculpture, a very artistic way, or probably an artist's way and ease of writing a particular letter, because every letter and its stroke is so perfectly articulated. It needs time. It shows that it needs time. It needs a lot of perfection in play. It needs a lot of practices in intact. And I feel like from a very young age, she's involved with a lot of artistic endeavors, maybe dance, music, art, stage. She was very fascinated about British art, and those Shakespeare art kind of a thing. And it really, she is someone very artistic. She is very very clean, neat. She want what she want. There is certain perfection in her letters, and the letter depiction shows kind of very articulative, which I said mentioned before, but it's again more philosophical in touch. It's more archaeological. It's more of poetries and poems, or something relevant of that sort of like very, very old artist. she's very fascinated personality. She get fascinated regarding everything which is perfect, beautiful, and very artistic. She get fascinated of it, and in that fascination, uh, she tend to inculcate a lot from them. She's a she's a perfection oriented person. She's beauty oriented person. She's more um she like everything rich. She like everything which is gold. Um and there's certain feelings which I get from her letter. It's gold. It's about royal stick gold thing. I feel it. I'm very sure wherever she stays or she's surrounded with gold frame or frame which has this golden borders, she want to see the gold, and that really excites her. Another thing which talks about her is her connection of mind which is towards very I would say like I don't want to put across this to the viewers, but it sounds kind of like, okay, give me 1 second. I really need to analyze her. It's very interesting, but in the meantime, it's a little suspicious kind of a thing. It's very secretive. There are a lot of hidden world in her. I would say like a world which no one can ever see it. A world full of pretension. A world full of witchcraft. A world full of magical things. It's kind of like learned art, learned artist. From the very beginning, she has learned how to portray a particular personality or how to get things done. It's maybe the culture, it's maybe the way she been brought up. So nothing going against the culture or upbringing, but there are a lot of depiction about the way she been brought up. There are a lot of influence related with it. She was compelled or being forced to be in a certain way in order to, or she had adapted to be in a certain way from a very young age, and that is being, and kind of like it goes along with her personality now, so she cannot really help herself. It's like maybe her upbringing would have been something like kind of going to certain places, following certain thoughts and world. A world I could very clearly see witches. The W has been written in a certain way, in a certain style. It very clearly says witch. Okay, so she been given that kind of training or probably upbringing to follow in that particular culture or paradigm. um, and that really been a part of her personality now. Like, even if she wanted to come out from it or accept for the fact that it's wrong, she just cannot get rid of it. You know, it's personality of her. um, and that's really difficult to get out of from her mind and her from her outer look. And that's why people, you know, kind of dislike her. It's not what she only does it, it's a lot to do with her upbringing. Let's move forward with another scripture or portraits, if I could get some. She was a very obedient child, I would say. She grew up with parents of different ethnic type and different cultural. And it's kind of like she has a very strong personality. I'm like, even if, because her pen depiction is so sharp, like there is no point of error or likeners. You know, the ink is very sharp from the beginning till the end. Every letter is seemingly to be perfectly scriptured, and the pen have been holded with that certain pressure. So she's a very strong-headed personality. It's nothing can break her. Unlike, people might go, you know, people might say anything onto her face or put her down, but she don't even feel a bit. I'm like, the tears, what she even portray or what she shows to the world, or even if she's stone-hearted, I would say she's stone-hearted, she don't feel anything at all. She might pretend to cry, but she don't really know how to be emotional. It's a very strong personality inside. What she shows, it's actually not her. I'm like, she's a very different personality. There is two ways to look at it. One, which is an adapted pattern, and that has been compelled by the force of the nature and the situations to propel her in a particular direction and to be like that. The second is how she's been brought up. She's been brought up in a very very strong stage presence and strong perfection oriented people. So she's not emotional, and nothing affects to her from an emotional point of view. Like, females do have a very sensitive side towards her. When she become a wife or a mother, you know, they get a little sensitivity. She doesn't have that sensitivity. Even if the words she speak, it doesn't show that emotional orientation. So she's very strong-headed. I'm like, got to be very careful about this personality, because she's not what she seems to be. She got a different world altogether where she exists, even without people aware of it. And that world is really not something good enough to explore. You know what I mean? It's not hurtful, but it's very strong. Little darker side towards it, so she get what she want. You know, it's very easy. Um, um, It's very clear. Um, a particular letter written to calligraphy based on her analysis. It's very clear that she liked poetries and she's a very artistic person. Um, she liked to write. She liked to write a lot and express her feelings or express a lot better than speech is concerned by writing. So she can express well by writing, then could speak it out. But even if she speaks, she know what she's speaking. She's level-headed, strong-headed. Um, I'm like nothing can break her. We tend to think, okay, if we throw this her out on her, she might break up. She might break and she might feel sorry for it. No, it doesn't really matter to her. You know, it's like relationship for her. It's not a big deal. What matters to her is her position. Um, what she want to determine and what she determines and what she get it. Her ultimate goal is and her objective in mind is to win. As so many viewers or so many YouTubers have already put across about her, is she's born as a Leo, the zodiac sign of Leo. So it's what I matter to her. It's what she thinks she get it, and that matters to her the most. And she's way too strong for it. Way too strong. Even not Queen Elizabeth is stronger in front of her, I would say. She was a blessed one, but she was very gracious one, but she is a nailed one. Like, she will get what she wants. If she keep her mind strong, if she determine that she want the crown or she want to have this particular position, she will get it. And she's like 10 times stronger than other men could be, in the court. So it's difficult to put her down. It's difficult to make her fail. It's difficult even to have a defamation and she been caught red-handed. Even if she get caught, there are certain ways that she portray in a very artistic way, or in a very articulated manner, that it just gets drifted away. Even if there is like 1,000 bows or 1,000 arrows has to hit her, the way she use her archetype, the way she use her mind, it becomes so very stronger that even those arrows goes from miles far. It shatters for anywhere, but it will not hurt her, it will not pinch her, it will not break her. It's her mind, guys. It's her mind. She has a very, that's the reason why she brought this forward, like the podcast with the name of Archetype. It's her mind, which is, even before she has been born on earth, her mind is so very stronger, and she know what she want and she will get it by any means. There's nothing we can do for her, like nothing we can do to put her down. I would not say completely dark, but there is dark energies involved in her, and that will get her way. It's kind of like a death card. You understand that the tarot deck has got this death card. It's something of that sort. She's like kind of a death. If people will come to hit her, she shows her real side, and that's death, and then everything goes off. It's kind of like that. How she is as a mother. But she will get her way. Whatever she wants, she will get it. there's nothing anyone can stop her, or anyone can, she know how to I would not say manipulation, but it's very artistically. She will say certain ways or certain things, or think or plan certain action, and even she don't have to put more effort. I would say it's the aura that makes the work for her than what even she could think for. So her third thoughts are a little bit defined and connected, but it's a different world altogether, guys. So please don't disturb her. Please don't get fights with her, because it's not easy to get rid of her. It's really not easy. Um, it's more of like a death card. Death. In her letter, there is the way she writes the letter A, and there's a little stroke of it. It shows a symbol of like arc, kind of like someone can cut the throat. It's kind of an ace, or axe. Yeah, it's kind of like an axe effect. It's kind of like an axe that can cut the throat, that can you know cut someone in front of her, the opposer. So it's kind of like always I have seen A's written with that arc, and that arc is so sharp. So no, not good to even cross her, not good to fight with her. Please avoid the fight with this particular personality. It's no good for that person. um let's just see how she is in the partnership, right? um in the partnership, she look for fame and sophistication. I would say like fame, she don't want to put effort in struggle, so she don't want to put the effort, so she want everything which is fame oriented, and richness, and yeah, sophistication. That's what she look for. Even for the relationship, there are certain timelines for her. Like every relationship, she does her job. It's not 100% she live truly, authentically from herself. It's a job done for a certain period of time, and after that, switch the job. Okay, so switch the role. So for her, the relationship is like kind of a role and a character and a timeline involved into it. As a mother, she's very secretive. Like um she know how to keep the secrets from her children. um she know how to pretend. There's no emotions in her. I don't see a person has emotions at all. She's a very deadly person. She doesn't have any emotions with her. Whatever the emotion she shows to the kids, I don't. I really don't. And I have to say, no wonder why she's very suspicious character. Now I got to know. It's like there's so many eyes on her. So many readers have depicted many things about her, and now I get to know why. It's a dark world where she belongs to and where she have come, and nobody knows about it. People see what she portray, uh, though they sense it, though they feel it, but no one can say anything. And that dark world is not good, guys. I'm like, it's really not good. I can say a community. Um, times she get choked up, at times she feel like suffocating, she cannot breathe in, but she have to keep it up with it. So community, social group, that's not her. It's not her. She brought up in the society, and that's her society, you understand. And the later part of the community and the society, she's not part of it. And she tend to make herself isolated from all, because she know she's not part of it. She's part of only to a certain community from where she has began her life, and she grown up, that's her community, and the rest is not part of her pursuit, so she might pretend as if yeah, kind of like, she is the part of it, but then she's not. She get feelings of choking feelings, as if it's gonna be like, lack of oxygen, or kind of like pretty deadly feeling sometimes when she maybe in the night she get these feelings, or maybe when time is bad she get these feelings, like as if she really cannot breathe in. She get choked up feeling, choked up, suffocation. She cannot breathe in, it's like that. Sometimes she get it, and it's weird. It's really horrible and weird. Her relationship with her children, it's again subjective, so for her every person is a subject. Like she can see the courtroom people as subjects. She can see the relationship of with her spouse as a subject, and also the children as a subject. So there's no emotions in her, so they are subject for her. She will not treat the children bad, but she don't care to the deepest level. I would say, like, there would be at times when the children feel insecure with her. Maybe accidents, maybe some kind of like, fire, and unpredicted supernatural events, which the children face and encounter with it, but she is unconscious what is happening. It's because this world she has come from has a very adverse effect upon the children. So it's like the children's life is not very safe. Even the children might encounter close to death experiences, and it's better to keep the children far away from her. Even if you keep the children far away, she feel relaxed, she doesn't feel anything. She got a certain role to play, and she will do that role no matter who tried to stop her, what the media gonna impact on her, or how would you flash upon her. It really doesn't matter. She got a job to do, and it's a subconscious effect in her. If you wake her up sometimes, or spat some cold water on her face, she's still not awakened. She's sleeping. She's kind of like a sleepwalking dead person. She is not very conscious. She has come from a dark world. So she's not awakened. And even if you try to show her the truth, the fact, oh god, you know what, we don't like her, or probably the world is going against you, she doesn't feel it. It's because she's deadly, just like how I'm deadly now. It's because I'm so sleepy, and in the middle of the sleep I just came out to do this reading because I don't want to go, doing no job. So um she will succeed in her pursuit. Like, if she wanted to have a throne, she will get the throne. If she wanted to get a family or a home, she will get it a home. She got a very royal family involved, and she has got her own family, which is very royalistic. So there's a lot of royalty could be seen in her writing. She's a very royal person, very royal, and she also like very royal arts, maybe portraits in her home, um, anything like British art, or anything that sort of it she wanted. She is very, her mind needed. It's a part of her, so it's part of her soul. Don't instigate her anger. She can be the worst person. She will not do anything. It's the best about her is like she's been holded by such an antithetical force. Like, she's subconscious. Or I would not say subconscious. She's unconscious, and this world acts for her. So she don't have to do anything much. So even if you doesn't like her, you will get to know that she is who she is, and accept for the fact that she is the wife of Prince Harry and belonging to the royal family. So accept it. There's no point in fighting or thrashing on her. She is a royal person. She is, from the birth, she been very royalistic. She got a very royal education, training, and masters. So there's nothing you can change about her. She is royal. But don't go against her. It's because she is someone do not want to come out and fight with other people. I mean, for her, what matters the most is her pursuit. Like, for her, if the happiness is her pursuit, she will get it. She will go and take it. Okay, if her pursuit is having a royal family, she will get it. If her pursuit is not to have a royal family, she still will get it. So she know her way, and no one can stop it. So she will get it, what she wants. The relationship of Meghan with Harry, or I would say there is a signature of Meghan and Harry, and it says very contrasting personalities. Um, Someone who has adapted a lot of art, music, act, artistic way, poetries, and articulation so much in her world. And the other one is very flamboyant type of very innocent heart, who is very hardworking, but doesn't have a brain. It's, I mean to say, he doesn't have at all, you know, like a maturity level, but would like to go out there playing and chill with kids and all. Very kiddish, very innocent type of person. But on the contrary, she is someone who will like watch him and frame a very articulative way to analyze what next to be done and what next should be my world. So it's two very contrasting personalities. They will complement to each other, because most of the time the couples has to be a little complementary to each other. Like they cannot go everything similar way. Sometimes opposite do attracts, and this is exactly the case over here. Both are innocent. Both have innocent heart and soul. Both are children type, childlike quality. But one is a very articulated, very artistic type of person, and the other one is very innocent, flamboyant, and just go getter, or doesn't fear for time or anything, but life has given that person so much, but he never valued it. Someone who don't care, someone who's very very easy go kind of a person, and it doesn't stand strong where he should be. He's kind of like drifted away in the winds. But the other one is much more thoughtful, much more sophisticated. Like for Meghan is sophistication everything, everything. It's like we see Kate as more sophisticated, but on the contrary, it's her. It doesn't really matter what you wear should be sophisticated. It matters the way you think, and that's what Meghan is all about. Like, she thinks sophisticatedly. So yeah, she can handle him, but at times she might give up. At times she cannot take care of him. At times she will feel like it's time up, that he should grow, that he should stand by himself, and it's kind of like that. Another handwriting, both of them the same signature and a very clear cut screen. It shows from a very clear cut angle, it shows the world she holds with her. It can never end her, and it will give her what she wants. There will be times when these two couples will have a lot of tensions, a lot of problems, a lot of issues, controversy. It depends on both of them, whether they want to stay together, they want to be in each other's life, or they wanted to be having separate ways. But either way, both of them is risking the life of children, because neither the couple feels emotional towards the children. If the kids is born, the kids will have a big time getting the security, safety, because both of them are like each other. He got his world and his innocence, and he got a lot to work done to grow in himself, and so do she. She is holding the world which is really dark, and she have to understand to let it go, because this dark world is not gonna give her anything. Yes, she will be protected. Yes, she will get her pursuits. Yes, she will get everything what she wants, but that's it, not everything. Most important is the family she belongs to, or she's having, preserve it and protect it by any cost, because ultimately the children are like I'm like, it's so sad to see the children very innocent, but they want to grow, they want to be happy, but in a very young age, they have to face a lot of struggle that neither of these couples are responsible for their life and for their innocence and for their bringing. So they needed a third party to take care of them rather than these two couples are. I think the children will be safe being in the hand of a grandpa or someone who can understand the child's life has nothing to do with the two couples and their choices in life and whatever they have done. Both doesn't have thinking pattern. I'm like, they don't think before they could speak out. They don't think about the consequences. They don't think about what will impact them, their relationships with the royal family. They just go along with the wind. They flow along with the wind as if like, it's their world and they can do whatever they want. They can speak whatever they want. That's really not it. When you are married, you have to accept the family as part of your family, as part of you belong to that family, and you have to respect the royal family people. It takes a lot of years of services to the country to build that kind of a reality, and it's been like patterns, infinity, like even before the souls are born, they've been given a crown and titles. So it's kind of like you should not go against the royal family at all. They don't have any principles. Both of them doesn't follow principles. Both of them doesn't want rules, regulation, principles. They feel congested. They feel suffocated. They feel they are not being heard. So both of them have a similar personality, but very contrasted life. One is very royalistically brought up. The other one is brought up with very articulative type and very archaeological type of world and very mystical world. Yeah, very mystical. I could say very mystical. It's difficult to understand that mystics and magics or mystical world. What that world is all about. It's very unclear even from the handwriting. Is it really dark or is it something really positive? But I don't see positivity here. I feel sense kind of like darkness more. And the children have to be gone in the hand of people who are really supportive and understanding. The child has nothing to do with all these controversies and everything. They've been born. So let's just cut the crap and bring the children, um, you know, uh, bring the children back to the royal family and take care of them. And it's very, very injustice towards them, in all this controversy, all these fights, in whatever they have done without unthinkable moves or without even thinking the repercussion of going against the royal family. The children are facing its consequences, so it's big, big, big wrong onto them. So it's a humble request to let the kids be on the safer hand first, and then deal with these two individuals the way it should be. I think that's exactly what is happening now. So it's going in the right hand. So the grandparents or the grandpa will take care of the children, and they will be safe in his hand, rather not to give it to either couple. Unlike even Harry nor Meghan is a good parent, and they can never be a good parent. They both need to grow up. They both need to learn to respect, learn to adhere with the principles, learn to be the norms, learn to be more disciplinary, learn to respect, learn to bow down, not to raise up and go say like we are movie stars and we are freaks. No, it's always to go down because they are royal family. And you must have acted in a movie, but there is no acting here. it's the real execution, right? So it's a real money, it's a real hard work, it's a real diplomacy. So don't mess with that, please. And bow down in front of the elders, respect the elders. Don't go against to the elders. Don't think it's your world and all this celebrity type of can exist within the family. No. Remember the theatrical life. Yes, more towards the theatrical life. So theatrical life is an artificial life. There is certain character to be played onto a particular timing, and once the role is over, once you get a good shot, that character is completed. You just cannot live in that character for long. You need to take another character to make you move on with a new project. But the royal family is not subjected to theatrical lifestyle. It cannot be changed with character depictions of different 1 second, cannot be played with depictions of different timelines and different characters in play. So respect those are very thoughtful people, because the royal families are very thinking people. They think wiser. They have to take a decision wiser for the goodness of the people, the citizens, and for the development of the country. So it's always good to respect them rather than to go against to them, right? um I would pardon once again. There are certain reasons why people goes against to her. um Even she doesn't know what it is, so it's like she's she's aware of it, but she don't want to face it. She's aware of many things going with her world and where she belong or how she come or whatever the culture she has got. She's very well aware of it, but she don't want to change it. So that's the worst part. um Another thing which I can see is she like more different characters to play. Even in her real life, she think roles can be switched. She think characters is characters, so they can be changed. Um, but the actuality is different. She like more stage. She like different characters to portray. Um, she get her way of making money, because that's her reality. So she have to get money, and yeah, she's more deceiving type of person. Like it's something with her eyes. So it's very dark eyes which is a little bit deadlier. Doesn't really appreciate anybody. Children, she hates children. I would say she doesn't hate them, but if the if the children are like very glowy, very chubby, and very innocent lives, there's something happens with her that she doesn't like it. She want to be heard. She want people to hear her, to be heard. But again, superficiality comes into the play. There is no truth in whatever she says. There's always a different agenda. Whatever she says, she portray has got an agenda. She might not say it. She's well versed. She's well thought about it. there is some pattern with her father figure and her. So whatever she is from her father's innate traits, and a lot of trait and character of her father um, can be seen in her personality as well. Some kind of a clash between them. The father knows everything, but he's keeping quiet because it's something like her world is different. The way she is being, the way he has seen her grown up and then later on changing. He cannot do anything. He just had to watch her next move, next move. She's very unpredictable. She has changed overnight, I would say. And that was very astonishing for everyone in the family. And after that, they just have to keep her in the distance and see, keep on watching her, what she does next. Her moves is very, very astonishing. She is very friendly with her sister, but she pretend like, she get along with her sister in such a manner that it, it shows that she is very good with her. She is doing, she been doing her job right and everything, but on the contrary, it goes